in the spirit of releasing my new book, like I said, we will be doing a marketing 3 to 4 months. So today we'll be talking about my inspiration for writing and just kind of what started my journey on writing to begin with. Y'all, my palm itching. So you already know what that means. But tangent. My inspiration really, it goes kind of deep, and you never realize how invested you are into something until you really think about it. So I think this conversation is going to be kind of interesting for you and me. Well, I hope for you. It's interesting for me. But so my first book came out in 2016, 2017, around that time. And it's crazy because I'd always written. My mom actually, she wanted to be a writer too. She wanted to be a journalist. So it's kind of crazy that I'm actually able to do that and really fulfill my dream. Because at first I never thought about publishing anything. I was just writing for the sake of my mental health. And one day I had an aunt, she was like, you need to publish this, because I was just posting on Facebook for free and just putting it out there because I wanted somebody to read it. And she was like, you need to publish it. And I was like, okay. Once again, y'all, I am impulsive. If you tell me to do something, I'm at least going to try it once, unless you're telling me like do something crazy. I'm going to try it once. And that's what I did. I published it. Horrible book. Well, for me at least, my standards were it could have been better. Because I just kind of put it out there. I didn't do any grammar checks, y'all. It had a nice theme, but I didn't do any grammar checks. It was crazy. But after publishing it, it was like, wow, y'all, I did it. I had people that were actually interested, and they read it and they were like, wow, it was really good, and it made me feel good. So I was like, boom, second book is going to be great. I'm going to take some time. I'm really going to write. I'm going to focus on what I want to put in it, my theme, everything. And that's what I did. That's when No Obligation came out. And that really pushed me to start my business. I've always talked about wanting to start a business. I've always talked about wanting to be in the public view more often, but I didn't know how I want to do it. So writing my second book, it was through a period of my life where I really didn't know what was happening next or how to deal with everything. And I'm like, okay, mental health, helping other people, because literally, if you have not read my second book, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's on my website. You should go do that. But reading my second book, writing my second book, going through the experiences that caused my second book, it's crazy because we all go through it. We all have these same experiences. We've all had these moments where we just felt low, or like we were alone, or not knowing who to talk to, because some people have their own opinions and you don't know if you should believe them. You don't know if they're worthy of even being in that space. So you don't ask, or you sit around and you wait for the answer to appear, or you make a decision and it's the wrong decision, and now you're trying to get out of it. Y'all, I've been through it. And that second book is my baby. Like, I love it. I love everything that's in it. I am working on an audiobook on a sidebar for that book, because I really think that it'll sound really good. I won't talk about that right now. That's in another video. But so my second book came out in, I believe, 2019. I believe that was released in 2019. And here we are with Raw. I don't know what to say, y'all. I have been working on this book for 2 years. Yeah, it's been 2 years, and every day I write something, I'm like, ooh, that should go in there too, and I just keep adding. So that's why it's not completely done, but it's done. It's been done for a while, y'all. I made pictures for it. I put in different colors. I put in little sidebar moments. Like, it's really good, and I think it's different. It's not focusing on my love or my heartbreaks and all the other stuff that I usually talk about, but it's genuinely something for every situation. It's something for everything that's going on right now. It's raw. And that's exactly why I named it that. I remember I had this cover in my head before I even started writing, because it's just like, it's very simple. It is raw. There is no extravagant gloss to it. There is no filter. There is no this perception of what you want it to be. It is in its raw form, and that's the best way I can explain it. But to take it back a little further, I have always loved my writing classes. That's really where it started, and that's why I want to be a teacher now. So that's what I'm doing. I love the idea of having someone teach me how to express myself. And doing it now is so difficult because I really don't always know the right words, or I don't know how to say something to someone without feeling guilty or feeling like I'm saying too much or that I'm rambling. And eye contact, as you see, I can't look at the camera directly because it's weird. But being able to take these classes and meet these people and learn different ways to communicate or express myself has always been one of the highlights in school. And writing, a gift of mine, used to always be school supplies or the stationery stuff, because I love paper. I just love paper and pens. Those are my favorite things, which is so weird, but for me that was my normal. That's something I've always loved. So being able to write and really get in the habit of putting my thoughts down on paper, it's fun. It's nice to me. It gives me joy. It brings me peace. And talking to you guys more and really focusing on what I want my purpose to be for my business has allowed me to really feel complete. Like I said, mental health is really where I was going with it. And now I'm studying to be a mental health counselor, which is actually more difficult than you would think, because there is no one way to really worry about your mental health. There is no one way to say this experience is going to go like this every time. There is no way to say this is a solution. It's just to make sure you know you're not alone and not to be afraid of what you're about to go through. So, long rant later, that's where that came about. Having someone push me and tell me that my writing was good, having teachers teach me how to tell myself my writing was good. I've never had an idol. I know that's something huge I've always get asked is, do I have an idol? Or somebody I just love, or a famous writer, and I don't. Y'all, if I'm being quite honest, I don't have the patience to read like that. It honestly puts me to sleep. I try so hard. I have like a collection of books I'm trying to read, and it's not that I don't want to. I think the knowledge is important, but it is very difficult for me to focus and get through it. There have been books that I've done that I have finished. I apologize, that was weird. That I have finished that stick with me. I remember every word. I remember every lesson. And when I try to start a new one, I hope that didn't mess up my video, but we're gonna find out when I record later. Anyway, I will try my hardest to really focus on finishing it, because everybody finishes something. But when it comes to reading, y'all, that's the hardest part. So no, I do not have an idol. I do not have a famous writer. I mean, you can always say the basics. Maya Angelou. Why not, right? She's amazing. There are so many other writers that are absolutely amazing, but they don't come to my mind. They're not somebody I'm like, oh my gosh, I would just die if she did something with me. Yes, I would, because that is growth. That is recognition. I would love that. Even though she's gone, rest in peace. It is just not something in my mind where I'm like, yeah, she's the reason I started writing. That's not it for me. I write for myself. That's where it starts. That is exactly it for me. That is my thought. That is my feeling. I'll go through something, write it out, and either I'll be writing for a purpose to put it in something or to share it, or I'm just writing because that's what comes to mind, and later I'll go back and read it and like, wow, that's really good, or I'll let somebody else read it and see what they think. And here we are 3 books later, it was good enough. And that's something else I'm learning, understanding that everything may not be good enough for me, but it may be really good for somebody else. It may help them. For me, it may be minor. For you, it may be the best advice that changes your life, or vice versa. My inspirations continue. Every day there's something new that I'm learning, and I want to share it. So my books will not stop. My videos will have moments where they stop because, once again, I'm learning. I'm trying to be consistent, y'all. But I'm sorry, y'all. It is so crazy when I think back on how far I've come. It's really nice to think about it. It's really nice to reminisce. And I'm proud of myself. So with that in mind, Raw will be out next year. Right now, the dates are either the middle of February or the beginning of January. That's what I'm looking at. But until then, I will continue to make my videos. I will continue to keep you guys updated. Like I said, we have photo shoots, we have events, we have giveaways, and we have plenty of Jaysa on your screen. Every once in a while. I'm not gonna tell y'all a date because you know I'm gonna mess up. But if you haven't by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, you turn on my notifications, because we have a video that is ready to be posted tomorrow. I believe tomorrow's Friday. It is ready for y'all. I am super excited because I did it, y'all. I kept up with it and I told y'all I would. In November, we're set. So make sure you turn those notifications on, so as soon as it posts at noon tomorrow, you will be the first to hear it. All right? Until next time, as always, I love you, I appreciate you, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.